Good afternoon, Year 3, and welcome to your art session today. So the date is the 28th of January 2021, and your learning objective today is to design a batik pattern using the natural form. But we'll be going into more detail about that in a moment. First of all, let's do our just checking. So from last term, I want you to think about what a collage is and how is it made. And from last lesson, which of the following are examples of natural form and which aren't? Okay, so spend about 5 or 10 minutes either writing or discussing these if you've got somebody with you. Okay, let's see how you did. So if you haven't paused the video, pause and do that. If you have, let's see. So a collage is a piece of art that incorporates a variety of materials. It often involves gluing things like paper, cloth, or found objects onto a canvas or board and incorporating that into a painting or composition. Okay, don't worry if you didn't get that worded exactly how I have. As long as you've got the general gist, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and from last lesson, these things are natural form because they are just made from nature. They are not man-made. So we've got a beautiful zebra and some bright, beautiful flowers and some shells there. And a house, a car, and the Eiffel Tower are all man-made and therefore not natural form. Okay, so today we're going to be exploring another textile art which is called batik. So batik is a technique used for dyeing clothes and creating interesting designs. It is a type of wax resist dyeing and is used in countries all over the world. Okay, it's actually amazing how people hand paint these batiks. When I went to the Gambia, there was actually a lady on the beach and she was just making the most exquisite patterns just freehand. And it was so impressive and they were beautiful prints. Okay, so it was really an amazing art form to see. So when people are designing and starting off on their batik design, first of all, you would draw it out. Okay, so what object from the natural form does this remind you of? Okay, have a little look and discuss it, and people might see it as different things. So some of you might see it as a shell or a fossil. Some of you might get a kind of leaf vibe from it or insect. Okay, this bit in the middle almost looks like a bean. Okay, so you might all see different things, but it really does have that natural form feel. Okay, so after the artist has drawn their design on paper, they then paint it on to a piece of fabric. Okay, now the really important bit with batik is they will do part of it in a wax. Now, what happens is the wax does not allow the dye to change its colour, okay? So where the wax is, it will remain the colour of the fabric. And here is somebody putting the hot wax onto the parts they would like to be left. Okay, so as I just said, the wax will resist the dye. Wherever there is wax on the fabric, the dye will not sink into the fabric. The fabric will stay the same colour even after it is dyed. So just have a little look here. What parts of the fabric do you think the wax has been poured onto? If you've got someone with you, you can discuss this. Okay, yep, so the fabric was this cream colour, so obviously here would have been all waxed and these little sections of this pattern here and here, so it gives that really interesting effect. Okay, so how does this link to your learning task today? Now, unfortunately, we're not in school, so we can't actually do the batik on fabric, but today you will be drawing a repeated pattern design, okay? Now we're going to be taking inspiration from Africa because Africa is well known for its individual style of art. For hundreds of years, African art has been strongly influenced and inspired by natural surroundings and the environment. So obviously in Africa, there are the most amazing there's the most amazing variety of wildlife and nature and plants and landscapes. Okay, so there's so much to draw upon in terms of inspiration. geometric patterns are common on fabrics. For example, zigzags to signify that the path in life can be difficult to travel. Other examples include checkerboards, curved lines, spirals, and circles. Okay, so some of these patterns have taken the colours of an animal from the natural form world. Others have taken inspiration from landscapes and the sky and things like that, but then they've turned them into a pattern. Okay, so it's not like they're just drawing a zebra over and over again. They've taken inspiration from the black and white monochrome of the zebra and turned it into this beautiful repeated pattern here. Okay, and same with this one. They haven't just drawn a shell loads of times, like in good detail. They've used the shell for inspiration and created this pattern. Okay, and these ones are more geometric, they're more involving shape. Some patterns have symbolic meaning for the artist and the person using the art. These symbolic patterns represent cultural beliefs and history. For example, crescents, stars, flowered seeds, trees, and pods. Okay, so they are all things from the natural world. So for your task today, you've got to research an aspect of African nature and use it as an inspiration to create a repeated pattern design. Okay, so as long as it is inspired by something natural from Africa, you can do anything. So animal patterns, shells, flowers, hills, whatever you would like, okay? Now, there is not a Teams quiz or assignment for this. So what we would like to see is at least 3 drawings of your pattern. Okay, so it's repeated on a piece of paper, and we would love to see those emailed in. Okay, so you can use pencils, coloured or just monochrome, or pens for this. And remember to email in. I can't wait to see all of your different creations. I'll put this up again just so you've got an example, okay? So when I say 3 times, look at this pattern. So it's got 1, 2, 3. Okay, same with this one, 1, 2, 3. That's what I mean. Okay, so good luck, get as creative as you like. And on the piece of paper as well, you can also write what natural form object inspired you. So get creative and have fun. Bye.